On May 18, 1993, in the quiet neighborhood of Inglewood, Colorado, 6-year-old Alie Berrelez vanished without a trace. She was last seen playing outside her apartment complex, a place where children's laughter filled the air and neighbors greeted each other with familiarity. Her grandmother, who was watching over her, turned away for just a moment. When she looked back, Alie was gone. Panic set in almost immediately, and what was a normal day turned into the beginning of a nightmare. The search for Alie began swiftly. Neighbors joined hands with law enforcement, scouring the area for any sign of the little girl. Flyers with her innocent, smiling face were plastered on every available surface. Community, tight-knit and usually serene, was thrown into chaos. Volunteers combed through parks, alleys, and abandoned buildings, hoping to find any clue that would lead them to Alie. Despite their efforts, the first 24 hours yielded nothing but heartache and confusion. 4 days later, on May 22, 1993, the search came to a heartbreaking conclusion. Alie's lifeless body was discovered in a duffel bag by a creek, miles away from her home. The innocence of the neighborhood was shattered, replaced by a chilling fear. The brutal nature of the crime sent shockwaves through the community. Parents clutched their children tighter, and the once friendly streets now seemed shadowed with suspicion and dread. Law enforcement immediately launched a full-scale investigation. The crime scene was meticulously examined, and detectives began the arduous task of piecing together what had happened. Alie's autopsy revealed she had been sexually assaulted and murdered, her tiny body showing signs of a brutal struggle. Police were determined to find the monster responsible for such a heinous act. But the clues were scant, and the trail seemed to grow colder by the hour. In any high-profile case, suspects are scrutinized heavily. Police interviewed neighbors, registered sex offenders in the area, and anyone with a known criminal record. Among the suspects was a maintenance worker at the apartment complex, whose access to the area and peculiar behavior made him a person of interest. However, despite thorough questioning and investigation, no concrete evidence linked him to the crime. Each suspect was eventually released, the case growing more perplexing with each dead end. As word of the murder spread, the media descended upon Inglewood. News vans lined the streets, and reporters hounded the Berrelez family for statements. The case garnered national attention, the horrific nature of the crime capturing the public's morbid fascination. The constant media presence added another layer of stress to an already grieving family, their every move watched and dissected by a curious and outraged public. The impact on the community was profound. Vigils were held, with candles flickering in the night, as prayers were whispered for justice and peace. Schools and local businesses displayed signs of support for the Berrelez family. Yet beneath the unity lay a simmering fear. The thought that such evil could lurk so close to home left many parents paranoid and overprotective. The idyllic neighborhood had been forever tainted by an act of unimaginable cruelty. Despite the exhaustive efforts of law enforcement, the case grew cold. Leads dwindled, and tips became less frequent. The duffel bag in which Alie was found provided no significant forensic evidence, and the trail seemed to go dark. Years passed, and Alie's case joined the ranks of the unsolved, a chilling reminder of the brutality that had once struck their community. The Berrelez family, though devastated, held on to hope that one day justice would be served. In 2011, nearly 2 decades after Alie's murder, a breakthrough came. Advances in DNA technology provided new hope. Evidence from the crime scene was re-examined using techniques unavailable in the early 90s. A DNA profile was developed from samples found on Alie's body. The profile matched a man named Nick Stouffer, a convicted criminal with a history of sexual offenses. Stouffer had lived in the same apartment complex as Alie at the time of her disappearance. Nick Stouffer was arrested and charged with the murder of Alie Berrelez. The community's old wounds were reopened, but this time there was a sense of impending justice. Stouffer denied any involvement, but the DNA evidence was compelling. The trial was highly publicized, with every detail dissected by the media. The Berrelez family, while pained by the memories, hoped for closure. The trial of Nick Stouffer was a dramatic and emotional affair. Prosecutors presented the DNA evidence alongside testimonies from those who remembered Stouffer's suspicious behavior around the time of Alie's disappearance. The defense tried to discredit the DNA evidence, arguing contamination and procedural errors. The jury, however, was faced with the undeniable scientific proof linking Stouffer, the crime scene. After weeks of testimony and emotional recounting of the horrific crime, the jury reached a verdict. Nick Stouffer was found guilty of the kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder of Alie Berrelez. The courtroom erupted in a mixture of relief and sorrow. Justice had finally been served, but it did little to mend the deep scars left on the Berrelez family and the community. Stouffer was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The resolution of Alie's case highlighted the importance of advancements in forensic technology. Law enforcement agencies across the country took note of the role DNA played in solving the case. It spurred renewed efforts to re-examine cold cases using modern techniques, offering hope to families who had long awaited answers. Alie's case became a benchmark in the field, demonstrating that time does not diminish the quest for justice. In the aftermath of the trial, the community of Englewood took steps to honor Alie's memory. A memorial was established near the creek where her body was found, serving as a reminder of the innocent life lost and the enduring need for vigilance. Schools and community centers implemented programs focused on child safety and awareness. Alie's story, though tragic, became a catalyst for positive change, ensuring that her legacy would not be one of sorrow alone. The case of Alie Berrelez remains a haunting chapter in the annals of true crime. It serves as a stark reminder of the evil that can lurk in the most unexpected places. Yet, it also stands as a testament to the resilience of a community and the relentless pursuit of justice. The advances in forensic science that ultimately brought closure to Alie's case continue to offer hope in the ongoing fight against crime. Her story, though marked by tragedy, underscores the importance of never giving up, no matter how cold the trail may grow.